and welcome to our Facebook Live viewers and listeners. Some people listen to the show on Facebook Live. We're trying to take pictures while broadcasting. It's lots of fun in the studio tonight. And in just a moment, I'll introduce you to the host of Around the Block, and also my good friend Willi Badenhorst, and the guests we have in studio tonight. But while I'm rambling on, let's share this video. So if you're watching right now and you're able to, just smash the share button and get it out to as many Lego fans as possible. I'm going to share to both my pages, so you'll find us. By the way, if you're listening to the radio and you're thinking, hold on, what do you mean share and Facebook? You can watch the show as well. You know, if you want to move over from the audio channel to video, it's quite easy. Just go to Radio Today's Facebook page and you'll see that we're live right now. You hit play and then all of a sudden you're sitting at the desk with us. You're in the studio with us. You're like, part of the team. And that's what we like. Every Thursday at 7:10, around the block, we gather around the Lego watering hole. When I say we, first up, the man who puts the show together, Willi Badenhorst.
Hello, Thomas.
How's it? Yeah, all right. You need to move over a little bit. You're out of shot, just slightly. There we go. We can't see your pretty face, Willi.
Thank you, Tom. You're too kind.
And I'll leave it up to you to introduce our two guests tonight.
Yeah, tonight I've got good friends Brent Hutchenson from Care for Education and Riaan Pretorius, an AFL and one of the best builders in the country, hands down. We are glad to have them both here. Welcome, gents.
Thanks, Willi.
How's your week been, Tom? I believe you've built some Lego.
I was tired, man. Yeah, I built Lego. When do I get to show my Lego?
Now.
All right, so no, I'm going to make you wait to see my Lego.
So the backstory behind this is...
My Lego's in this. I know it's not a proper Lego container. It's the one my girlfriend gave me, and I didn't have the heart to say it's not really what Lego people put their Lego in, because I love her and I don't want arguments. So I took it like this, but next time I'm a proper box.
It's quite funny. As I arrived at the studio starting to prep, Tom said to me when he built this Lego, he actually, after the show Thursday night last week, he came home and thought, I'm going to build this now. And something in him said, look, don't rush this.
Chill, savor the moment.
He started building it. His girlfriend was away. She came home. He's still building, and she says, "Hey, Thomas, how you doing?" And carried on.
So it was a bit more delicate than that, but I did realize when I did it, something's skew here, because she'd been away for 4 days, and I love her to pieces. And she walked through the door, and I was in the middle of putting the trailer together.
Yeah.
And she said, "Hello, love, I'm home." I said, "Hello, my angel, how are you?" She said, "Fine, did you have a nice weekend?" Yes, she said, "Absolutely." But before I knew it, I was back to the trailer. And then I thought, hold on a moment. Hold on. Pull the handbrake up. First we finish the trailer, and then we go speak to her. And then I realized, oh my goodness, this thing might have bitten me. But when I really knew Brent, Riaan, welcome. And I'd like this passion that Lego fans have. Tonight, when I walked in, now I know that you Oaks bring builds here that take years and years to get right, and they really are awesome. And I've got the 5 to 12-year-old thing going. I'm rocking the 5 to 12 kits, right? And so I walk in tonight. I know we're going to see some great Lego, but you know how excited I am to show you my 5 to 12 kit? I walked in here tonight, and I was like, I got 2 bags in my hand. One's the whole production kit, and the other's my Lego bag. And I'm like, if someone takes one of my bags, I'll let go of that one. I'll hold on to my Lego bag because I've got to show everyone. So I think the bug bites, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's in the room? You want to meet some people? Let's see who we got. Ian Kuchlenberg, how's it? He goes whoop whoop. So there's the opener tonight. Whoop whoop. Zaptoid's on board. Paul Rotherham's watching. How's it, Paul? My old friend from Boksburg Pick and Pay Days and 94.7 and other radio stations. Dina Torte says hello. Ian van der Walt, Julianne Schmidt, hello guys. Barry K, Vanessa Parry, Nadia McGee, Peter Furstenberg says, hey guys, Melishni Governor, Thomas Dawes is watching, and more will join as we make our way towards 8 o'clock tonight. Welcome to Around the Block. Okay.
What's first? Well, I want to give my two guests, they've got a lot to say. They are really interesting people and big names in the South African Labour community. I don't think there's anyone that's who's who or that knows the who's who in South African Lego does not know Riaan and Brent. Two really stand-up guys. I want to talk and show, my show and tell this week is my large-scale minifigure. I think it's about six times.
Yeah, so I come in and I say, Willi, check, I built it. Okay. And then he goes, oh yeah, check this out, Thomas. But he did preface it, and I'm not sure whether it was better what he said to preface this revealing moment. He said, I'm not saying one's better than the other, he said, but let me show you mine. And I was like, yours is bigger than mine.
Well, it's not about size.
All right, let's get the Lego cam onto this amazing creation.
So this was designed by, I don't know, more than Alk Bricks, I think, from Auckland. The original designer of this made it for an idea set. We've spoken about Lego ideas before on the program, and it didn't make the final cut for whatever reason. So he was nice enough, or maybe she was nice enough, to release the plans for this model. And it's a really, really cool model of a Lego minifigure. And then what makes this even cooler is that it built, well, I mean, just built out of Lego parts, but it actually takes apart like a legitimate minifigure and strips into all its parts. The arms come off and the legs come off. I'm not going to go to that detail now. The most fun I've had building a model off instructions in a very long time. And I think the reason that this was fun for me is that it's really challenging to use building techniques that the Lego group may not put into instructions. You know, they have to really make sure that their model can be built by a 5-year-old. And I think a 5-year-old may struggle with the advanced techniques in this build. Total build time was between 2 and 3 hours. A lot of the parts came from my collection, some from Bricklink, some from Mornay. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, this was my build of the week. I really enjoyed that.
Really cool.
People are pressing the heart button. Their hearts flying across the screen right now. Hearts and likes.
Well, it's a likable model.
I hit the heart button a few times. Sean Kutzer says that big fig is too cool.
Isn't it just,
Yeah, Barry Kay says, glad to see you on the show finally, Riaan. That's what Barry says.
Hey, listen,
who do we have to shout out to every week
Paul
until he comes
Doran.
in?
Paul Doran.
Paging Paul Doran. Paul Doran. Paging Paul Doran. Although you've said you'll never do this kind of stuff, we will page you until the night you come. Paul Doran, the studio awaits you. Your legion of fans are waiting for you to come into the studio. Paging Paul Doran. Right.
That's it.
The organ grinders monkey has performed. That's me. And now we get back to serious stuff. Yeah.
So maybe let's talk to Brent a bit. Brent, you here representing Care for Education. Tell us about what Care for Education is. What does it do?
Care for Education is a non-profit organisation partnering with the Lego Foundation, attempting to get to the 95% of children in South Africa that wouldn't traditionally be able to afford Lego. We have to find a way to get this product into the hands of those who won't get to play with it, to help them with their education, to try and provide them with a tool to improve their chances at school. So we give it to children from very young ages, from preschool, and we drive it all the way through the school, right up to advanced robotics and engineering in South Africa.
That's what Duncan and Philip came to talk about. They're part of your organisation. Guys may remember them from episode 3 or 4 or 5. 2 great guys that came on the show. I sound a bit like Trump saying it like that.
Just keep going. They were awesome. They were wonderful.
Tell us about some of the initiatives you do. Some detailed things that you do for
the kids.
For the kids, yeah.
So we have a number of initiatives. The one is to support Lego retail. So if Lego retail have excess stock or stock that they have to write off or stock that they may need to send back overseas, we rather assist them with donating that stock to places that need it. So that could be hospitals, children with illnesses where they have to spend a lot of time in hospital, so we can go in and stimulate the children and help them. It could be orphanages where perhaps they're not going to get the kind of presents that normal children would get. So we help Lego with the distribution of that stock. But then with the Lego Foundation, we also work with 2 main products that the Lego Foundation use worldwide to assist children. One is called a play box, which is a box of Lego, which is quite an awesome story because it's a box of Lego that is made up of all the Lego boxes in the world that are damaged. So once a Lego box is damaged, Lego won't allow that box to be sold. So it gets sent back to Denmark, and the people that have retired workers of Lego, come together once a week and they open that box, throw away all the building instructions, take all the pieces out, and then repack that into boxes that are distributed around the world for children that don't have. So a really cool idea. It's a product that we can just donate to schools, creches, people that would never have access to bulk Lego. But really importantly, we have to train the practitioners or the teachers on how to use that product, how to stimulate children with that product. So it's not only about building, exceptional models like you can see on the table and the type of models Riaan builds, but also just to start them with basic, identification of color, identify the different types of pieces, just helping them on a start. To build up not only perceptual skills and literacy and numeracy skills, but perhaps a passion for a product that they may use when they're older as well.
So speaking about some products that you've developed, do you mind if we talk about Six Bricks a bit?
No problem.
Six Bricks is then I don't want to preempt this, so tell us about your Six Bricks program.
So Six Bricks is an idea that we came up with in South Africa. It's growing quite exponentially around the world at the moment, and basically what we did was we thought of what is the simplest tool that we could give children at preschool and at school level to assist them with their development. So, what is the minimum number of items that we could give them? And we developed a product called Six Bricks, which is 6 Duplo bricks. So it has to be Duplo because of the size. And 6 Duplo bricks is the minimum that we feel is we could give every single child. So in classrooms where we have 60 to 70 children, we can give them 6 bricks. Every single child can get 6 bricks, and we can cover the whole of the perceptual development, numeracy, literacy, social emotional skills just with those 6 bricks.
So give us an idea about the exercises that you would do with these bricks.
So you could do something like, let's say we're working on executive function, which is quite an advanced concept, but executive function needs us to do 3 main areas. We need to look at inhibitory control, working memory, and cognitive flexibility. And that's quite a complex process. But with 6 bricks, you can do all of that. So inhibitory control is giving children an exercise where they have to wait for an instruction to be able to start the exercise. So either keep their eyes closed. So how do they practice control while they're having fun? That's the first one. The second one could be an exercise like a memory exercise. I stack 3 bricks together, and I hold up 3 bricks, 1, 2, 3, and you look at the 3 different colors, and then I'll put it away, and you've got to try and remember those. Inhibitory control would be waiting for me to say, okay, start now. Okay. So you wait, you don't just build. When I say start, you put your 3 together, and you perhaps hold it up, and we allow you to explain your process, which is really important. What process did you go through to try and remember those 3 colors? And then I might show you the answer, but the answer isn't all important. What's really important is what process did you go through? How did you remember? Did you use rhyme? Did you just say the colors once after each other? Did you use a story? Did you tell yourself something in your head? So how far are you moving in your memory? Are you just doing short-term memory, or are you moving towards cognitive flexibility by using association or powers of association, looking at colors and thinking of a flag, thinking of a story, perhaps green is grass, and you put it somewhere in your model. So how do children use that? So we allow them to develop by just playing. So they think they're playing, they think they're having fun, they're just doing a fun exercise. But during that exercise, we're developing executive function, which is part of the 21st century or breadth of skills that companies and the world is looking for today.
Is this just for kids, or is there an adult or basic adult education involved in this?
We aimed it at children in the beginning, but we're really finding that with the skills that children are missing and losing out on, we're doing this with older and older kids, and we do it for corporate team building and fun, adult interventions as well. And a lot of our presentations around the world, when we're doing keynote speeches around how you learn through play, we're obviously targeting that at adults as well and teachers.
Okay. And if a teacher or education facilitator would like to get involved in Six Bricks or learn more about this, where do they go? Who do they contact?
Cool thing about Six Bricks is we developed it, and it's an open source program now. So basically, if you can source 6 of your own bricks, you can go online and get everything for free. So it's a program that's for free. All of the resources, all the material is for free. It's really quite cool, something very different. The South African government have decided to roll it out nationally. So the good news is that every single child in this country in the future, from grade R to grade 3, will get a set of 6 bricks at school, and will get used to working with them and learning how to use a manipulative to help them. But in the meantime, if there are people out there that want to make a difference and want to get this into the hands of kids who don't yet have, you can go online and actually apply for free. So you can go online and apply, and based on your application. So they go to the Care for Education website, which is www.carefored.co.za, and there's an online application. All they have to do is go fill out the application, and then we would contact them. and we usually ask them to attend training, which is for free. So all of the training to use it is for free, and that's how people can start.
Are they trained in Joburg?
At the moment, we train mainly in Johannesburg, but around the country. So we've got different places in Cape Town, around the country. We've got people training. So the reality is, we can get to everybody around the country. At the moment, we are. Just to give you a sense of scale and what we're doing, so we're doing a national rollout, which is quite big. We only started in Gauteng, Free State, and Eastern Cape for now. But on average, we do about a 40-foot container of 6 bricks a month. So
is that just
donations?
Just Duplo 2x4 bricks?
Yeah.
Wow.
So think about filling a 40-foot container with that.
Sure. That's Willi's dream container. Hey? If you win the lotto.
No, I'll buy more white bricks, I guess. You mentioned earlier the Lego Foundation. How does the Lego Foundation fit into Care for Education?
So Lego Foundation give a grant to us, and we work off the grant. So Lego Foundation is a fantastic organization. The Lego Group have given 1/4 of all of their profits to the Lego Foundation on a yearly basis. So the the incredible Lego family have donated 1/4 of all of their profits every single year to the Lego Foundation, and that's huge. I mean, that's really massive. So the Lego Foundation can go out and do huge, drives around the world to assist people. There's a lot of humanitarian work, but a lot of it is also educational. So they have a research unit, and they're really pushing for people to understand the importance of play and why we need play, not only preschool, but in schools. And that obviously extends to adults as well. If you look at some of the Lego fans of, the adult fans of Lego, they definitely understand how important play is. And so they're driving that agenda. And so we're extremely lucky in South Africa that Care for Education is funded or supported with a grant from the Lego Foundation. And without their support, we wouldn't be able to do the amazing work that we do.
Well, thank you for doing the amazing work.
Fantastic. It's good to have you in the studio, Brent, and a lot of comments going on. It reminds me of an MSN chat room back in the day. Do you remember?
I do remember
MSN chat. It's getting to that level here. So let's see, what have we got? We've got Vanessa Parry said, "Hello, boys." Jackie said, "WJ is here," and Layla.
Yeah. My kids are watching.
Those are your kids?
Yeah.
Hey, Willi kids, how's it? Many Willies. Hey! There we go, I've got a name for your kids now, Many Willies. Clark Baddison is watching. Morne, who's Mr. KFC? Mornejo says Mr. KFC.
That's
Would that be you? Are the Oaks having jabs at you already?
Looks like
That's all right, because you've actually got the advantage right now. You've got a radio station, a satellite above you that's transmitting the signals throughout Africa, an audio stream around the world, and Facebook. If you slap them back in any way, it goes global. You can hear the club in Billund. Right. Shanae Lee Storback says, "Hi everyone. Hi Brent and Riaan, long time," and also said that Brent has some sick soccer moves.
Oh yeah, I saw on Facebook today he played soccer.
Yeah, yesterday we had a outreach. We actually took all the Lego group, so that was Lego Retail, Lego Education, and the Lego Foundation, and all three of us joined together and went out and played soccer against kids in Diepsloot yesterday afternoon. So it was a full Lego team initiative, really cool and a lot of fun. And so awesome to play with the kids. And then, as you said earlier, so awesome to see their faces. We donated some Lego to every single child.
Fantastic.
And what we do is we give every kid 2 boxes, and we ask them to first give away 1 box. And only once they've given away and understood the power of giving can they open their own box.
Oh,
so
wow.
Really cool event, and really cool to see the smiling faces and to have the whole Lego group there yesterday.
Did you keep score on the soccer game?
I tried not to.
Generally not a good idea when you're playing against kids in Diepsloot. They've got some skills.
We won't tell you how old they were.
Right, and that was Jackie also saying, "Tell us about the soccer today." Viv Brown is watching. Thomas Dawes says, "Man, so much stuff you can build with Lego. I'm really tempted for my next set, but first I must buy my donkey back." And he's actually been serious. He has a donkey he needs to buy back. So Thomas is in. Jackie wants to know when Paul Doran is coming into the studio. Nadia McGee says, "I love what you guys are doing." Brent, And Dion Boardman says, hello, everyone's saying how's it, Petrus. And then I hung around with the crowd in the room for a few minutes just now. It felt really nice.
Well,
and then I realized I have to come back to work,
well,
so
please.
I have to say goodbye to everybody. Smith is late. Chris and Jackie let him know, and then he said he'd report one of Jackie's comments.
Michael is one of my oldest friends, oldest friends, we've been friends 20, maybe 25 years. And in all the time I've known him, he's never been on time. Not once. We've even resorted to say, if I wanted him here at 7, I'd say come at 5. And then he'd be here, minutes before 7. Love you, Mike.
WJ says, hi Dad, it's your son.
How's it?
Mini Willi. Right. Barry K says, the amount of people watching grows is really awesome.
It is. I'm looking at the stat right now. It was 39 people watching live. I think that's the highest.
Yeah, so those are our concurrent views, and some people drop in and some people drop out. It's much the same as media consumption on radio or television, especially live. And so we're seeing that as people come in and come out, some people come for a minute or two, pop in and see what's going on and then leave. Some stay for the whole program. And I think since the beginning of the year, we've had about 10,000 people watch from a minute to completion on the show. So yeah, it is growing every week, and it's thanks to you coming into the chat room and coming and growing a community. And what is a community? I was actually reading up this morning, trying to figure out what a real community, what does community mean? And it used to be where you lived or an interest you have, but now it's so much more. It's a greater cause, or it's this meetup once a week and sharing a passion. So well done to you, everybody in the room, and the conversations that you have and the friendships you make. You're busy building a very strong community. In fact, you guys are my guinea pigs.
Before
so thank
we talk to Riaan, he's donated very kindly this minifigure.
Oh,
I want
wow.
to show this. This is from Legoland, and only available from Legoland. He brought it from this, and this is to give away to
Is this a prize?
This is a prize.
This is one of our prizes tonight, or the prize. That is brilliant. I love Legoland.
So to be in the draw for this prize, share this video. That's all you have to do.
Smash the share button.
That's it. Share it with your friends. Tag some friends. Tag your Lego friends.
And you could be the proud owner of this only available at Legoland minifig.
Right?
It's cool.
Have you
Which
seen
is
them
worth
anywhere?
$10,000.
No.
$10,000.
Yeah.
Well, if you say it through a microphone, it's true. Hasn't anyone told you that? 12,000, sorry. I'm looking at the exchange rate.
I want to talk to Riaan about this. We didn't really plan time out as well tonight as we normally do. We were all late, apologies. But Riaan, I want to talk to you about two of your builds that you brought along, the Shell service station and this McDonald's. Welcome, tell us about the motivation for building real life buildings.
Thanks, Willi. Thanks, Tom. Nice.
Yeah, how's it, man? Good to have you in here. And someone said it's good to see you in an orange shirt for a change.
Yeah, I had to look like my minifig. You can see I call it the original JK. And there's also McDonald's one here, printed by Joe Kirsten. I think they're just amazing.
So, tell us more about this build.
People that know me will know that I have a huge love for architecture, scale models, and Lego.
So is that your thing? Scale models, architecture, and chucking Lego, and you've got an obsession.
Yes.
Okay.
So Lego gave me that all in one. This is a model that of a McDonald's in Roodepoort in Hendrik Potgieter at Retail Crossing.
I know that McDonald's. I lived in Krugersdorp for 2 years.
Okay, so
this is the McDonald's.
This is the exact model of that McDonald's.
Now that's impressive. It's an actual McDonald's in Roodepoort.
Did you base the scale on what a minifigure is, a minifigure scale, or how did you determine the scale of the building?
Normally, this one I went in 2015 on New Year's Day. It was closed, so I went all around it and took photos of the whole building. So when I went back, I think my scale started with the windows.
Okay.
So I will see that McDonald's have 2 or 3 windows, and that's how I will start building it.
I'm going to turn this around.
And in the end, it will end up
Got the
hopefully the size
here.
that looks right to it.
All right, so now I've got the. Oh, there we go. I've got the drive-through. Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, I don't build my buildings to open up or being open in the back. I try to get them as realistic as possible. So the only thing you can see is when you look through the windows.
Yeah.
That's why I put lights in, so it can just light up a bit all the detail. There's so much details in the models, and actually sometimes sad that people can see all.
So tell us
Like
about
this
the
one
details
has a-
you'd miss.
Yeah,
What is
this
it
one
that
has
people miss?
inside, there's a bathroom, and the kitchen is inside, but it's all stuff that you must really look inside to see it. I want to keep them realistic, so I don't open the back or the roof. Everything is closed up. And just try to get it as realistic as possible.
And I see this has now got some custom artwork on you. I mean, obviously the
Yeah.
McDonald's stickers and branding does not come out of a Lego box. as a purist myself, I want to kind of say, I'll allow it. There's certain things that even as a Lego purist, I want to say, that's okay. That really ties the model together. And even without the branding, Thomas, you would agree that you could see this is McDonald's.
Awesome. It's awesome.
No doubt.
I think I started the sticker thing and I wasn't very popular for that. But I love it. I don't go to extreme. I only put on the necessary stickers just so that you can see what this is. So as soon as the building is finished, I take it to my lovely girlfriend at the print shop, and she does all the measurements and designs, and that's where it came
Is that
from.
the same girlfriend you brought into me?
Yes, the same one.
Santa, who is trying desperately to stay away from the camera.
And I think she does an awesome job with it. As you can see, all these letters is individually cut out. It just looks realistic to me.
It's
Why McDonald's? What made you choose McDonald's?
McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, the architecture of the buildings. You can go to each of them, it's just the most beautiful shapes, colours.
See, you wouldn't think of that as a layperson without a keen eye for architecture and Lego and
They just
wouldn't see
have amazing architecture in the buildings.
The thing is, you get a couple of colours right and a couple like these, I don't know what you call them, the pillars or something, and it would be a couple of small elements that would really make a building unique to that brand.
To that building.
I'm blown away. And actually, I must confess that just before you said, let's have a look at the McDonald's, I wanted to tell you, Willi, I think I need to show you mine first. I even took my bag, did you see? And then you just went straight into it, and now I'm like, I can't pull out my bucky now.
That's where we all started. We all started with a bucket.
No, I think
Thanks,
Tom
Riaan.
started with.
I must, and another confession, I built a set before this one, 10 years ago. It was a 14 plus set. And when I got to the end, it was a pneumatic.
Oh, technique.
Yeah, it was a technique.
Look at you.
Oh, well, I have to tell the truth. When I finished building it, it didn't stick together properly because I'd lost 4 or 5 of the vital pieces and the thing just crumbled. So this is my first successful Lego set, I thought. Yeah.
To build a Lego set is amazing, and it will always be amazing. But I think once you started building your own stuff, that is where it just gets crazy.
Tom, I think while we swap this model out for
I
one
can
of
show my bucky.
why don't you show your bucky?
Yes! Da 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 da!
Okay.
I'm so excited. When I came here tonight, I had this on the kitchen counter, and my girlfriend Nikki, I said, put it in this, and I said, you put it in. She said, but I don't know how to take the trailer off the back of the truck, and I said, no, just pull it. And she wouldn't, because she knew how important this is to me. All right, so, and I actually wanted to put my minifig in here. You know, we have the same thing every week where I have to hunt in the handbag for the minifig. There he is. Okay, I found him quickly tonight.
We made him a sig fig that kind of looks like him.
With a microphone. So I'm actually going to put him standing up. That's very dangerous what he's doing here. See, you know what happened when I started putting this together? I started playing like I did when I was a child. I actually started imagining, you know when you were a kid and you play with Lego and you go into an imaginary world? That happened. Okay, so...
But you know, as Brent mentioned play earlier, remember our guest in one of the early episodes, Pete Smith from Team Gel, who's a Lego Serious Play facilitator and speaks to corporates and adults and gets them to play, to get teams to perform, non-performing teams to become high-performing teams just through play, just through playing with Lego. Just let your imagination go and break down the borders between age and race and sex and just play.
100%. Lose yourself in play.
So there we go. There's my build. The truck and trailer. Doesn't have disc brakes. Not like the Bugatti that was in here the other night.
No stickers.
No, but he didn't have his own. I didn't put the stickers on. I have to tell you something.
You forgot the stickers?
No, I didn't forget. Something happened, right? I was busy putting this together, and then in the instructions it says, take that piece, put the sticker on. All I could hear was Willi's voice going, are you a sticker person or aren't you? And I made a decision right there, I'm not a sticker person.
Good for you.
I never told you that, hey?
You didn't say that.
No, and it's not it's not by mistake. It was by design. I decided I'm going to be a purist.
You wouldn't say so if you look at your jacket right now.
Listen, there's a space for Lego branding on it.
What was fun about this build, Thomas?
Everything. Opening the box. It's because I had to. That was the first challenge, actually. I don't know if anyone else has ever had that, but my first challenge was, how does the box open? And then I figured out how to open. It was like, wow, okay, these Danes think of everything. Made me proud to have 50% Danish blood in me. You know? And then the next thing was actually opening the packets and putting the pieces and sorting them out into little rows, because I do that, and put the heads in rows and keep packet 2 and 3 away from each other, and then watching it come together. Obviously, I think it's but perhaps the best thing that it did for me was, it reminded me of the joy of play, and how important that is. And I built this on Sunday, and on Sunday I said to myself, you need to get yourself to the Buddhist temple in Bronkhorstspruit ASAP, because as I was building this, I realized I've been working so hard, focused only on work, that I've missed out on something else. So I thought, well, I'll drive, because the Buddhist temple is where I find my peace. I just go sit there. I don't know what to do. I do this a lot. And then I sit there, and I realized, on yesterday, in fact, I went with a friend, and I sat there and I thought, you know what, you've got to play more. And so that's what this did. It sparked that and said, you know what, play a little more.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Anyway, so it was actually life-changing. Can you believe it? Thank you, Willi.
My pleasure, Thomas.
You speak about the box, opening the box.
Yeah.
I miss the old boxes in the 80s.
Oh,
the
there were
ones that
different types of
slide
boxes.
It was the
they
most
were
amazing
incredible.
feeling.
It was like unboxing an iPhone or something. It was really quality packaging with inserts and. I mean, some of the.
Well, I thought this one, when you
experience
said it
opening.
flapped open like that, I was like, man, that's brilliant. So I went and showed everyone, check how the box opens.
How does it open?
I just see your minifigure is missing a hand.
Oh no, don't say that. Oh yes, it was the microphone that dropped off.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
So, Riaan, the
Thanks,
other
Riaan.
build that you brought in is this service station, the Shell service station. Tell us about this.
Yeah, that was also just, I saw a photo of a Shell station on internet, and I thought every town needs a petrol station. So I had to change and design it according to what the parts I have, put in some lights and stickers again, but I keep my stickers limited, only put on what's really necessary, because I think you can go wild with stickers, and that's not what I want to do. Just the necessary so that you can see the detail.
Any interesting parts or parts that you
No.
use here that shouldn't be for that purpose?
Actually, I don't use all these techniques and stuff. I think my build is straightforward, if I can say so. There's no special techniques and stuff I use.
And when you build these, let's say, models with trademark names like Shell or McDonald's, what do the manufacturers say about this? How do they react generally?
I did have 2 requests to get them if I wanted to buy the models.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, KFC, one of their directors contacted me once, and Wimpy was also very keen on buying one. But yeah, the price is very high.
It is, and then this is probably because of getting parts to South Africa and then getting specific parts.
It is, and the designing, your time that go into it. You can't really put a price on it. So it's very difficult.
It's like a piece of art.
Yeah,
The price tag is because it's like a piece of art.
So as soon as you start talking about price, they're not very interested anymore, because I think it's too expensive and it's just a toy.
Yeah.
But it costs you thousands to build a thing like this. I've built one of a company making roller-up doors. They saw one of my builds and they wanted me to build a warehouse for them with the roller-up doors with their stickers on and everything. But they gave me a budget, and yes, I couldn't go far with it, but it came out quite nice.
Okay.
I think what people like about these type of models is that when you're walking around and you can identify with something, then the connection is made, you know, and then people spend a bit longer. So the cool thing about these is that there's a brand here that they identify with, they feel comfortable with, and then they start looking at the detail a little bit more. Instead of just walking past a build, if you just built any garage or any station, it wouldn't have the same connection.
It was just generic petrol station.
Yeah.
If we have a brick fair or an event where we display, we always laugh because you will hear, KFC, KFC. So you will hear it thousands of times over a weekend because people relate to it.
Let's go to the room quickly. We haven't been and visited our friends for a while. Let's see what's happening, right? Barry K says, Lego community. Jackie says, when is the Lego meetup happening?
When did we say? The last Thursday? The first Thursday? Should we do the last Thursday and make it official? The last Thursday of this month. This would be... I don't know. Let's check the calendar.
And then Petrus Stadler says, so is Mr. White going to be a permanent guest in the studio?
I'd like to have him travel with us, Petrus, but he's actually not as solid as one would think. So parts like I'd like to redesign the way that the hands work. I think this could be done better with newer parts or other parts. No, I don't think he's going to travel with us every time. Let's bring something new to every episode and keep you guessing.
A lot of compliments on Riaan's build. Riaan, these builds are amazing, says Jackie. Dina says awesome. Julian Schmidt puts the heart sign. Mark Kirby says awesome. Michael Smith says that build is awesome. Linnell Janssen van Vieren says I love the build of McDonald's. I'll keep going. I told you you're going to feel good when you walk out here tonight. Riaan said he was nervous. I said, no ways, when you walk out here tonight, you feel great.
I'm super nervous.
No one's complimented you on your build yet.
I'm still scrolling down, but there's hope.
Someone, please, come on.
Mark Kirby says, wow, nice stuff you have tonight. Keep up the good show, have fun. Luke Commons is watching. Vanessa Parry says, love your builds, Riaan Pretorius. Who else we got here? Frans Labuschachtny says, hello from Suzette and me. Always love your work, Riaan. Luke says, hey, you got Riaan in the studio. Well done. Chris McGee says, the buildings are built to display the brand and you built them so well. Well done, Riaan. Troy Shillen says, Riaan, your details are awesome. Adele Senecal Yearling says, Gerry Yearling says, hello. Do you know these people?
Most of them,
okay.
Yes.
Samantha van Nispen's watching. Samantha's the marketing and head of comms at Outer, and she's in the room tonight. Good to have you with us, Samantha. Chris McGee says, glad to see the Shell Garage made it tonight. Great build. Frans Labuschachtny says, good looking Bucky. I also call it the Bucky. I call it my Bucky. Jackie says, oh wow, Tom, are you sure you built it? She's been nice, eh? Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Jackie. Can hardly see the difference between your build and Riaan's, she says. Now I know she was just being nice. Troy says, I like the Sassel Garage more. But that one we weren't going to show tonight. We didn't have enough space for all of them. Right. WJ says, cool. Barry K says, AFOL Tom. I think that's what's happening here, right? Joe Kirsten says, the Bucky needs to get fuel from Shell. That's very clever, yes. Joe Kirsten said, sorry. Dina Torta says, that Shell looks amazing. Peter says, Lego is not just a toy or a hobby, it's a life philosophy. And I think those are probably the words I was looking for. Life philosophy. Yeah, that's
I think
nice,
so.
right?
It becomes part of your everyday life. Every engagement you have, it's not that you consider Lego first and foremost, but you find creative ways on how to bring Lego into your job, into the keys of your car, the way you decorate your house, the way you spend your Thursday evenings, I guess.
And then there are requests for me to be interviewed on Block Blaze already. So, right, I'm ready.
For those who don't know, Block Blaze is a YouTube channel run by my friend Peter Furstenberg. He interviews adult fans of Lego in their Lego room, talks about them, what started them in Lego, and so on. Yeah, I think Tom would love to be on Block Blaze.
Give me another build or two. And then Luke says, sexy shirt, Riaan. They jump in on the orange shirt bandwagon here.
I had to look like my minifigure, Luke.
Brilliant. I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Irene Terrier watching. Warren Pridgeon says, Lego creates life. And more comments. And I'm trying to get to all of them, but I probably won't tonight. Right. What are we doing next?
What are we doing next?
Well, it's almost the end of the hour. Can you believe it?
Can you believe it?
This show's flown, eh? That's how you know when a radio show works. If it's flown, you know it's okay. We did a good job. You can pat yourself on the back.
We get good engagement. Shanae asked, when is the next display event? So if I can just run through some events that's coming up. There was some news I wanted to talk to you about, the new Jurassic Park set, and how this was, or the community saw the similarities between a set Lego released this week and some guy's ideas set that was a couple of years ago, and they said, Lego, what are you doing? And there was an official press release, but I'll save that for next week. We can speak about it next week. So a couple of events coming up. WRO Gauteng South Regional event is at Stain City. It's close to Fourways, Friday the 26th to Saturday 27th of July. Visit wrosa.co.za for details on that. Zarelag's Clearwater event, 24 and 25 August in Clearwater Mall in Roodepoort. Zarelag.co.za for details on that. And then Joburg Lag has got an exhibition, the City Gifts Expos at Tilbury Value Mart in Pretoria. This is Saturday the 29th of June. Maybe we should have done this in date order. This is the last Saturday of this month in Pretoria. I'll be exhibiting with them. Got an invitation to go display with Joburg Lag, so quite keen to put something on display. If Tom joins me there, if he's not doing anything on Saturday, we could do a live event.
Which Saturday?
29th.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm in.
Maybe you will display as well.
I'll bring my Bucky.
And your mini Tom.
And my mini Tom, who's broadcasting from the back of the Buckies, doing a live broadcast. Yes? Oh,
yes.
I've been reading the comments. And Willi Badenhorst, so awesome to see you live on radio, says Donna van Aswegen.
Donna is a colleague of mine. She's at BNI. It's a business network organization with me. Warren is in the room too. Warren is at BNI with me too. Thank you guys for really cool support. And then the support from really all over.
Yeah.
We had a conversation with someone at Lego South Africa, and they asked, who are these people that listen to? I don't know. We had 900, 1,000, 1,100 people last week, and I don't know who you are, and thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, as Warren says, radio, in inverted commas, now with moving pictures. It's one of the problems we've got as we start evolving this type of media. And I sit with people like Stan, so Stan Katz does the show after this, and I sit with people like Stan who have helped create the Sun City brand and helped create 702 or even created these brands, and we can't figure out what to call this because it's not quite radio. No. It's a talk show, but talk show doesn't sound sexy enough. So if anybody can come up with a good name for what we do here generally, because we're going to be extending it across the day soon and creating a proper talk station, but I just don't know what to call it. So we've been bouncing ideas and names around. So if you come up with something, maybe the Lego people will end up naming the show, and the media type, and the station. Right, Riaan, are you blushing, or that's Luke Commons starting again? Eh? Okay.
Yeah, Luke is always like that.
Is it?
I know him like that.
Is it?
Normally we are friends on Facebook.
Yes.
And if something is advertised on Facebook, Luke is already there waiting for me. He know I will comment.
Oh, really?
And as soon as I does, he will put a laughing face or something.
If you want to get him back, now's your chance. The whole world is listening.
Do we have a winner from last week? Remember,
we do
last
have a winner.
Week, our friends Ralph and Dina gave away a Lego set. It's great that we have people coming and bringing some of their Lego to give away, because I've got nothing more to give away.
And the winner is, I don't think he's in the room, so I'm going to have to tag. The winner is Paul Smith.
Can you tag him?
I've just written Paul Smith. I hope it's the right.
All the Pauls were sitting like this now.
So Paul Smith is our winner, and you two could win a prize. In fact, you could win. This is the only one in Africa.
Not the only one.
It's the only one.
If I say it through, I keep having to explain how media works. If you write it down or say it, it's true. Politicians know this. Okay, so the only one in the Southern Hemisphere.
Lego
It's the Legoland official Legoland keyring, and I like this. I'm going to keep it safe for the next week while you Oaks figure out who the winner is, all right? And this could be yours next week. All you have to do is smash the share button during or after the show to qualify for a prize. And I think that's about it, Willi.
That's about it. Any final words from you?
Yeah, I think what's quite interesting here is that on that board over there you can see 15 tires, and that's contributing to the statement that everybody I think now is starting to know is that the biggest manufacturer of tires in the world is actually Lego.
By a huge margin.
By a huge margin, and so we have 15 more there. Yeah.
That's incredible. Riaan, from you.
I just want to thank you for the invite.
Of course,
it was really fun being here.
It was not easy getting Riaan on the show.
I believe so. It was
It's
almost
going
as
to be
hard
very-
as Paul Doran.
It's going to be very easy getting me out of here.
Is it? So listen, you have to break. Ali Bacher holds the record for running out of my studio. He did it in half a second. You have to beat that. So listen, thank you, Riaan. Thank you very much for coming in tonight and bringing your builds. Everybody loves them, and this is really the show's taking off. Willi mentioned it earlier on. I got all the analytics and the metrics, and that's my business. And I sit and I look at them. And 2 days ago, I was looking and I was having a look to see which shows are working, which aren't performing the way I want them to. Out of the top 10 shows, we do 10 shows, and we do 40 shows a month, or 40 to 50 shows a month. The top 10 shows, out of those top 10, 5 are Lego shows, and the top 3 positions are Lego. So well done. Whatever you're doing, the hitting the play buttons and the engagement and telling other people and sharing it is really, really working for the show. So although at the end of every show we get a lot of people complimenting us, Dina, Barry, Linnell, Troy and others who say well done again on the show. This show is nothing without you jumping into the community and helping us grow a Lego community online around the brand. So thank you for joining us. Willi, did you say a goodbye yet? I think you said your goodbye. Okay.
Goodbye,
All right, so goodbye from all of us in the studio, and from me, Tom London, to you. Listen, have a fantastic week, a super duper, not a pooper week. Play with your Lego, and we'll catch you again next Thursday, 7 Central Africa time. Thanks for watching. I miss you already.